What's up, everybody? For the last 5 or 6 years or so, I've been intensely, I would say really intensely focused on becoming more aware of my body and what my body wants, and old pain and old trauma that lives in my body. That also included learning to feel emotions, allowing myself to cry, allowing myself to feel angry at people, to feel hurt, to feel really loving. And there's a number of methodologies that I've learned about and love, and we've talked about some of those on the channel already. And there's somatic experiencing, which I love. There's radical honesty. There's the Greenberg method, and at the same time, what this led me to do for the last few years is that I discounted language, or cognition or intelligence in terms of the words that I speak or that someone else says or that I'm thinking. And whenever someone would get angry with me and say like, "Oh, you're stupid," I would be like, "Oh, I noticed their body's tense, so I wonder if they are angry." But that they said to me, "You're stupid," I kind of just converted that, into emotion. It's like, well, they're just angry, so the words don't matter. And the last couple of weeks, I had this intense waking up to the fact that, oh my God, no, these words do matter. Like, they do trigger something in me, and my conversion in the mind of their words into some emotion that may or may not be true was helpful to some extent, but it also kind of stopped me from having my own reaction towards someone saying that I'm stupid, which is that I'm pissed when someone says that to me. And the more important piece that I've come to witness is that even though I've gotten fairly good at witnessing and noticing my bodily sensations and my emotions, I've really steered away the last few years from noticing my thoughts. And this brought me back to witnessing my own negative self-talk a lot more intensely, and kind of to give it some credit in the sense that it does something to me. Like, if I keep telling myself I'm stupid over and over and over again, silently in the back of my mind, that has an impact on me that I find is important. And so I want to talk a little bit more about negative self-talk, how I handle it, and what I've done to kind of get rid of some of that negative self-talk. And the most powerful thing that I have witnessed kind of for myself to change or to lessen the impact that negative self-talk has on me has been kind of similar to what I talked about in previous videos in terms of body attention, in terms of emotional attention and awareness, is to begin to notice the negative self-talk. And I found that writing, in particular journaling, has helped me the most to begin to see what it is that I'm telling myself day in and day out. And the things that were most striking to me were, I would tell myself that I'm stupid. I would tell myself that I'm alone, that I'm not supported, and that no one loves me. And so whenever this negative self-talk popped up, previously I would kind of deny it, or I would kind of focus on the body. And these days, I feel like being able to witness my own story has lessened its impact considerably. And I think what stopped me before was that I really didn't like acknowledging that I had these stories going on in my head and that I was telling myself them over and over again. And I still feel a little bit embarrassed telling them to you now, like that this is something that when I'm having a tough moment, when my body kind of feels tired or tense, or I'm kind of crumbling because of some event, that on top of that, I also have these thoughts in my mind. And at the same time, when I saw them on paper, there was this massive relief of like, this is what I'm saying to myself. And no wonder, I kind of create certain life circumstances and situations where that story becomes true over and over again, right? So if you want to try out what kind of negative self-talk there is happening for you, I'd recommend to simply take a piece of paper and to bring up some difficult recent memory. You don't have to start with something super triggering, and simply write down what it is you're telling yourself in that situation in terms of the thoughts running through your mind. And I'm curious what you'll learn.